Thursday, March the 14th, 2024, and I'm down in Kent, Sandling here, which is just outside Folkestone. Come down here today to do a country walking magazine walk, a Lympne, spelt L-Y-M-P-N-E, but pronounced Lympne apparently. Doing their Lympne and Hythe circular, adding about a mile onto their 9 miles by starting it here at the station because they start elsewhere. And we've got a decent day at the moment, which is partly why I came, well, mainly actually, why I came down here. Rain is going to hit most of the southeast today, but down in this little very southeast corner we've got sunshine at the minute, and it's a lovely spring day, around 14 degrees C, and as you can hear from that chiff chaff, that's my first one of the season. Brilliant, so that's a good start. So yeah, as I say, around 10 miles to do today, and I'm doing it in an anti-clock direction, which is not the way they recommend, but I'm doing it that way to avoid the evening sun in my face and the southwesterly breeze today. So hopefully that'll work out. Pheasant as well over there, all good. So let's get cracking, find out what awaits. This will be a varied walk, I know that much. So it's 12:30 or thereabouts, around 4 hours of walking I would guess. I'm aiming for the 17:12. Let's see if I can get that. I have done walks from this station previously to Folkestone, I believe, possibly to Dover. I think mainly on the Saxon Shoreway, so we'll be utilising some of that today, and the Royal Military Canal. Our crows are busy up there in that conifer. That's good to see. Railway nature site here. So leaving the station car park, right in the opposite corner, we come to a footpath marker and follow that, which I believe is the Saxon Shoreway. Soon find out. Quite muddy underfoot. Now, as you can see, there's a tunnel over there, and I'm walking along an old rail line from Sandling probably into Folkestone via another route. And you'll also note straight away here with this woodland how much wilder it is, with plenty more vegetation at a lower level, unlike the walk last week in Epping Forest. And as a consequence, much more birdsong, and I would imagine more wildlife generally. After an ascent of a steep flight of steps, take a right at this T-junction, and then by this gate take the Saxon Shoreway, which is our first indicator of it today. There's a vineyard ahead of us. Wonderful. As is usual with these country walking magazine routes, I'm using their GPX. They don't often give written notes, although this one does have some, funnily enough. Okay, this is going to be fun and games, particularly as I've recently discovered a leak in my boots. They've split at the toe crease. They're only a year old, so I'm trying to get a new pair under warranty. Well, there is a slightly higher path through the hedge at the side, which avoids the worst of it. And now we're actually joining a stream. Incredible bad luck today with the footwear. There you go. Passing the edge of Saltwood village. Now walking through open country. Still on the Saxon Shoreway. Just about to cross over a bridge down there, I believe. And as you can see, so very different to Epping Forest. There's fallen trees, there's low level vegetation, so much wilder, and so much more bird song. Lovely. Now, if that Chiff Chaff was my first one of the season, it's about a month late this year, so that says a lot about the weather as well. Too wet for him probably. As you'd imagine, high water levels here. This is Chesterfield Wood, by the way, on the map. And the soil is quite sandy, as you'd guess from the name, Saxon Shoreway. This was the approximate coastline around the Roman days, I believe. First primroses of the season as well. Wonderful. So much more fauna and flora down this way. Like I said last week, Epping Forest is a bit dead. So, forms part of the Boxing Day run, the walk I've just done. Leaving Chesterfield Wood now. And coming out into sheep country. Come to this farm building, stroke chapel here. Following the public bridleway marker, crossing the main road shortly. Yeah, it's actually Pedlinge Church, which unsurprisingly is locked. Crossing the A261 to join a bridleway. Yeah, there's my old muckers, safely in the yard at the moment, but it won't be too long before they're out. And the Ramblers magazine Walk has done a feature on keeping yourself safe from the said beasties. And I noticed, I think I mentioned it last week, they want to put bison in one of the woods up near Canterbury, Blean Woods, which I think is a stupid idea. Lynx in Thetford, bison in Blean Woods. I mean, what's the point? The creatures are going to have to be tagged so they're not wild, and people will be fearful of them. It's bad enough having cattle roaming loose, never mind bison. And I will mention that to the guy that wrote the article in South East Walker. Ridiculous idea. Kent Wildlife Trust have come up with that. Walking across this grassy field towards Lympne, just passing the edge of Folkes Wood on the map. The journey covered thus far. And as you can see, the fields are still saturated. Mind you, it won't take long for this to disappear. And the water authorities telling us we've got to save water. And they're the ones polluting it and wasting it. Shocking. Just over on my left I can hear some gunshots. That's the Ministry of Defence Hythe Ranges. Following a lane now towards Shepway Cross on the map, and this is in fact an old Roman road apparently, still part of the Saxon Shoreway. Here is Shepway Cross. Not sure of the history behind this, but you can Google that. S-H-E-P-W-A-Y Cross. Entering Lympne. Then do a left shortly after that sign towards Lympne Castle. Great tit in the background there. So Saxon Shoreway follows that tarmac lane. We take this green footpath sign into the back of the church, I'm hoping, here for lunch. It's almost 2 o'clock now. And although we can't get a clear view at the moment, the sea is yonder, and not sure if it's a river, must be. And you can hear the gunshots at Hythe MOD. Modern housing down there as well, unfortunately. In another floodplain, no doubt. I wonder how these people get insurance. Hopefully I'll get a clearer view of that shortly. They haven't put a castle up here for no reason. It's about 340 foot up at the moment. Wonderful. We're at the back of the church stroke castle by the looks of it. And there's an empty seat right at the back here that will do me nicely. Wonderful. It's quite early in the walk in terms of distance, just under 3.5 miles in, but the timings are such. Need refueling. And this seat's dedicated to Tony Boyd Matthews, 2005. Yeah, young lad, born in 79. God rest your soul. Thanks for the seat. The old song thrushes are audible in the background above the gunshots, hopefully. Wonderful. Spring is coming. 2:30. Lunch has been had. And I notice a few graves here from ex-RAF lads. Rest in peace. So the little corner I've been sitting in seems to be handed over to them. Nice little graveyard. Let's go and see if that church is open. Yeah, wonderful church. Come fortress. Amazing. Plenty of primroses here. Well, actually these two seats would have given me a far better view, as you can see. God, I wish I'd known these were here. Amazing. Wonderful view across Burr Marsh with Dungeness in the distance. Don't know if that's in view or focus rather. It is out there somewhere. There she blows. What a wonderful view. And our onward journey's down there at the lower level. And as you can see, the sun's come out for this as well. Not sure what that is beside us there. Bit of the old castle. The church is locked, unfortunately, so I can't get in. So I still haven't been able to test this camera indoors. It doesn't have a flashlight like the old one used to have. So I'll be intrigued as to see how it works inside. It's a Leica, as opposed to the old camera, which was Panasonic's own, I believe. Amazing church. Shame I couldn't get into it. As I always say, every church seems to be built differently. Incredible. Yeah, but this view is the pièce de la résistance. Quite amazing. And a good day for it as well. Okay, let's press on. Pull myself away. Shame I didn't know about these seats, but the next walker, having watched this, will know about them. So there you go. 12th century parish church of St.Stephen. So there we go. So immediately outside the Lich Gate, we're back on the Saxon Shoreway. And that building next to the church was Lympne Castle. Down there. Lovely row of castle buildings as well. So next to the old shop, you do a left. Still following the Saxon Shoreway. Just stood outside of Millennium Wood. Get these great views on my left over Burwash. Quite breezy up here, so this will be a good test for the new wing canceller. Information panel here about Stutfall Castle. Google that for more info. 275 AD. Bit of info about Millennium Wood. And a memorial to its founder. Rest in peace. It's come on well since 2005. Some kind of information panel here about Cantiaci, Roman Kent, which I can't get at the right angle really, because it's on this pedestal. Obviously a historical place, Lympne. Now descending a steep staircase down towards Stutfall Castle. Remains of. Yeah, which comes to a tricky muddy section and a barbed wire fence next to it. The two don't go well together. I presume this site is the remains of the castle. These lumps and bumps. And another very muddy section here. So much so that they've put down some kind of matting. I think that's a tour bus in the background. Well, that descent was particularly dodgy. Barbed wire fence on one side, plenty of mud and slippiness underneath coming down, and those rubber mat type things are not very good either. So yeah, highly dodgy that. The walk obviously would normally be going up it, but coming down is, yeah, not good. Yeah, there is the church, stroke castle. That's actually a clearer view. Yeah, here's some of the ruins. Wind's picking up, it's getting cloudier. Rain forecast around 6, so I read at lunch. Well, these aren't the sort of paths you want when you've got a leaky pair of boots. Very wet on this section. Crossing another footbridge. Onward journeys left. And the Royal Military Canal is accompanying us now all the way into Hythe, I believe. So the information panel here tells me that I have just come down by a wild animal park. So that's where that tour bus was making all that noise from. Wonderful to hear the chiff chaffs again. The harbinger of spring in my book. So I think the weather now will settle down a bit. And that's us done with the bad weather. Spring has come. Not often the birds are wrong. Sand martins next. As the old wren agrees. NCN2, 21.5 mile to Rye, 8.5 to Folkestone. And I'm hoping now that I better make up some time, because I lost a lot coming down from Lympne. Touch and go for the 1717, hopefully I'll get the 1742 instead. Information panel about West Hythe, which is now where I am, in both English and French, as you'd expect. Still following the Royal Military Canal. And this little car park, by the way, in West Hythe is where the walk author started the walk from and made it her 8.9 miler, I believe. So somewhere around about this point where these glass houses are is the remains of St Mary's Church. I've heard a map, but I haven't come across it yet. See how high up we were earlier. North Downs up there. Southern leg. No sign of the church. What a cracking afternoon it's turned out to be, eh? Chose the right pocket today. Beautiful spring day. Passing a small picnic area next to the military canal. This area is known as the Roughs, per the map. On my left as I walk along the military canal path. Coming into Hythe now. Information panel here about the Royal Military Road, and the engineer of it, John Rennie. As usual, use a search engine to learn more if you wish. Now in Hythe, busy Hythe. Canal still on my right. Passing a large Sainsbury's if supplies are needed. Information panel here about the town bridge. And then Ladies Walk Bridge with these interesting statues. And there is said bridge. Hythe is a seaside town, but you wouldn't know it from where I am at the moment. And there's a Waitrose next to the walk as well. Next to this information panel about the avenue. Now left the Military Canal, aiming for Hythe's old railway station. Passing what appears to be an old mill. Clues in that, I guess. So the old railway station used to be up there, per my map. So I'll now be following the old line back towards Sandling. I'm outside Saltwood Lodge at the moment. Style of the day that I'm aware of. Two are noted in the notes, but usually there'd be cattle with calves in this field apparently. Hopefully not today, it's too early. Saltwood Castle up there on the hill. There's a watermill marked on the map somewhere down here, or was. Can't see any evidence of it now. Interesting information panel here about Mill Lease flood storage area, what the Environment Agency are currently doing, and they're making use of this old railway embankment to hold back Mill Lease stream during periods of intense rainfall. Okay, Google that if you want more information. That's what I like to see. Well done, Kent County Council. Saltwood Castle. Lovely song thrush as well. Glorious. Does look well preserved actually. All the glass is in the windows. Maybe still occupied. Let's find out, hopefully in a minute. Difficult to say, but with all the private notices around and lock gates, I get the impression it might be occupied. One for Google that. Into Grange Farm, which as you can hear is a working farm. Approaching another church, the wonderful St. Peter and St. Paul, Saltwood, which unfortunately again is locked. Diocese of Canterbury. Coming out of the church, we do a right following this lane here, not the bridle way marked on the immediate right. So now back at the junction where we joined the GPX track earlier, in front of this vineyard. Onward journey through this woodland, about half a mile now to the station. Back down the flight of steps I took this morning. So here we are, back on cue for the 1742, not the 1717 that I was hoping for. And that was mainly because of the very muddy section down from Lympne. So that's 10 mile on the button, 4 hours on the button. Getting me pace back, although the body doesn't like it, I must admit. I think I'll have to slow down. Getting to that stage of life now, I think. But that was a very good walk, I must admit. I'm glad I picked this spot today, because it's held out all afternoon. Wonderful. And the sound of chiff-chaffs on several occasions indicates that spring is definitely on its way. So I think we can say goodbye to the lashings of rain that we've had recently. I think March will be going out like a lamb. But yeah, very good walk. So it's Country Walking magazine, Hythe and Lympne, starting at Sandling station, which adds about a mile onto it, as you can see. Their version is 8.9, mine was 10 on the button, and well worth getting the train rather than starting down in the Military Canal car park, I'd say. Lovely place, Hythe, well impressed with that. And this little pocket of Kent. No jet noise today, fantastic. So yeah, till the next time, take care.